Thanks for staying with us. My name is Winfrey Agbeleshi, and it's time for the news. We begin from the presidential villa, where President Bola Tinubu has directed the immediate release of 52 minors detained during the nationwide protest in Kano and Kaduna states on the 3rd of August. Now, the Minister of Information, Idris Mohammed, revealed this on Monday while briefing State House correspondents. He also disclosed that the President Tinubu has instructed the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs to ensure the welfare of the minors and ensure they are reunited with their families. He said President Tinubu ordered the establishment of an administrative committee to review the minors' arrest and treatment. Idris Mohammed also conveyed the president's directive that law enforcement agents involved in the detention will be investigated with disciplinary action to follow if any infractions are discovered.
Mr. President, because of his very deep commitment to democracy and the rule of law, and he has directed the immediate release of all the minors that have been arrested by the Nigerian police. The President has also directed the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction to immediately see to the welfare of those minors and also take part to ensure their smooth reunion with their parents or guardians, wherever they.
On other matters, President Bola Tinubu has declared that Nigeria's economic recovery is on the horizon, highlighting that the government is on a promising path to bring prosperity. He said this at the swearing-in ceremony of 7 newly appointed ministers in Abuja. TVC News State House correspondent Femi Akonde reports.
The newly appointed ministers take the oath of office, administered by President Bola Tinubu. They are being onboarded at a time of significant economic reforms that has taken its toll on citizens. President Bola Tinubu acknowledged current economic challenges, but assures again that he will provide the required leadership to steer the ship of governance.
We are working hard. You'll be part of people who will receive criticism and abuse. Don't worry. Stay focused. Stay resilient. Your thank will come with the history of growth and prosperity for this country.
The directives from the president will be cascaded down to the entire Federal Executive Council and the executive arm of government.
We'll have new people on board who will also support the effort of government to ensure that the momentum is not lost.
I believe in these new ministers. We all heard and read their citations. They come with a very rich pedigree, and they've been fixed in ministries that actually almost tailored to their experiences, both professionally and in life generally.
After undergoing rigorous Senate screening, the new ministers have been cleared to serve the nation in their designated roles.
The most important thing with the trade agreement is to make sure that we go after optimizing the AFCFTA for Nigerian businesses, which means pragmatically supporting them at this time to export their products.
We bring them into the administrative initiatives and use them also to forge strategic partnerships with financial institutions all over the world that would in no small way enhance the workings and the service delivery.
We migrate them from where they are into properly unbundling that sector to ensure, one, sufficient and adequate food and nutrition for the country, safe operating environment for all the stakeholders in the country, as well as making the sector very, very attractive for foreign direct investment.
President Bola Tinubu has declared that Nigeria's economic recovery is on the horizon. The 7 newly appointed ministers will complete President Bola Tinubu's team that makes up his federal cabinet. But beyond the euphoria of their new appointments, the task ahead of them in the coming days is daunting. Femi Akonde, TVC News.
And on the foreign scene, U.S. presidential candidates Donald Trump and Kamala Harris pushed their closing messages to voters yesterday, the last day of campaigning before America decides its next president today. Both candidates were in a final sprint across key battleground states, with Mrs. Harris campaigning in Pennsylvania and Mr. Trump at North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. On Sunday, Harris vowed to do everything in her power to end the war in Gaza, while Trump made claims without providing any evidence of election fraud in Pennsylvania. Mr. Trump also suggested at a rally that he wouldn't mind if a potential assassin tried to shoot through the fake news. His campaign says the remark was misinterpreted. The poll suggests the race is still exponentially close, and more than 78 million people have already voted. And that's all we're taking on news for this hour. Do stay with us. So much more coming right here on Wake Up Nigeria.